Hello, nice to have you with us. Let me start by saying Barka de Salah. How are you enjoying your holiday? It's important that we get to relax. As much as we're in that celebrative mood, it's also important for us to remember that tomorrow is work. Even though for us here, we're already working today. So it's best to rest and be ready to face the challenge of the office. I say challenge, not problem, because a lot of times we get this confused. The show is Conversation. My name is Elizabeth Abai, and I have lovely ladies here with me who are going to be doing our kitchen talk today. What do I mean? But let me, before I get to introduce the topic, let me quickly showcase the beautiful ladies and do your introduction by yourself.
Good morning, viewers at home. I will say Barka de Salah too. I hope you enjoyed your Salah. I am Hawa Mahmoud Adam. I'm happy to be with you today this morning.
All right. Okay, and we have...
Siti Lola. Abigail Mafe. I'll also say Barka de Salah. Good day, viewers at home. I'm glad to be here too.
All right, it's our pleasure to have all of us here, because me too, I'm a guest, even though the program is of NTA, and it's our way of saying Barka de Salah to everybody. It's Conversation, and today we're going to be looking at what has been hitting us. For women who are the home, managers, I choose to call myself domestic engineer. That engineering thing is becoming hard, though. We need to go back to university to find how to, rearrange the arithmetics of economics, engineering to get the home flowing. Are you with me? The answer is yes. But let's go and take a short break. When we come back, we get to tell you what we're talking about full time. All right, if you're just joining us, it is a conversation, and I told you that we're looking at our kitchen cabinets and to ensure that this kitchen cabinets will take it to the next level, despite the economic challenges we might be facing. We're known as multitask people, multitask engineers, and as multi-talented people, we also think outside the box. That's the domestic engineers, that's housewives, by the way. So... Well, really? Somebody once asked me, what's your job? What's your career? I said, I'm a domestic engineer. He actually wrote it down. Then he stood up and said, what does that mean? I said, I engineer the things in the house.
Yes, exactly.
It's not easy. I mean, anyway, Haji Barka de Salah. How has it been? How did you enjoy buying your RAM and all that?
Actually, we have to manage as usual. This year, everything is even more difficult than last year. Everything was expensive. In fact, we just have to manage.
How much is the RAM going for now?
RAMs were average, you get 100,000 and above, because anything less than is manageable. You just manage it because it won't be enough. You just see tiny RAM calling 50,000 is something very little RAM that you see maybe before you buy it 10, 15,000. But this year you have to buy like at least 70, 80. If you want something reasonable, 100 and above.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Actually, you can see the RAMs everywhere. There is no money to buy it.
Okay, this is like water everywhere.
Well, like, the RAMs, see the RAMs, but you can't buy. They are here. But the money to buy is something else. So many people are just managing to survive. The mudu of rice is expensive, tomatoes, everything.
I learned people even share the RAMs this year.
Yes.
That's like 3 people, we put up money together and
but,
share.
Islamically, a family can do that.
Okay.
Maybe the head of family can buy for his one and share with his immediate family members, but you can't share with another person.
Okay, you can't share with a friend.
Yes, it's a religious something. So you can't share with outside relative or maybe the head of the family will buy one and share with his immediate family.
Wow. Okay, so I can't share with my colleagues in spite of the fact that I see myself
because
as
it's not compulsory. It's for somebody that can afford. Because Islamically, God does not put something, a burden on someone that he cannot bear.
I wish human beings can begin to see it like that.
So, we take everything as compulsory, or, you force yourself to do what others are doing.
A kind of competition.
Yes, but it's not actually that compulsory, because God knows if you can afford. That's why it's a sharing something. When you slaughter the ram, you are expected to share it into 3 parts. You give out to others. You share with others, especially those that did not have we are not opportune to, slaughter. So you share with them. That's the spirit. You are not forced to do it. You can't go and borrow money to come and slaughter ram. And at the end of the day,
ask that.
Yes, because people do that. You can't buy. You can't go and borrow, then come and slaughter the ram. At the end of the day, you will not be at peace because you will start looking for money to pay, and maybe you are not buoyant enough to do that, and there are problems.
So
God knows your situation.
Those people who are in government or public office holders, or even civil servants like me, if I siphon government's money for the purpose of buying ram, my prayers definitely will not be accepted. My sacrifice
can't be answered.
Okay, that's a good one. I wish we can all understand that.
Can't be answered.
God does not take stolen things.
God, Islamically, Inna Allah ta'ala tayyibun. The Almighty God is pure, and He does not take anything except pure things. So if you are not pure yourself, your heart is not pure, you sacrifice for people to see you have slaughtered 5, 10 rams, or just people to see, then your reward is there. They have seen and they have appreciated. God did not appreciate that because He did not do it for Him.
Yes.
He just did it for those people around you to notice that this what you are buoyant enough to do that while other people are hungry. Why not share with others?
All right. Now you talked about ram. It's because of the Salah period. I also know that beyond just the ram, a lot of people go extra mile to just do things. Things. I don't know, Lolo, have you gone to market before? This one happened to somebody who I noticed, and I had to tell the person, relax, it's real. She was paying for something on a counter, and the cashier was counting, and at the point she was like, I think this is more than, you're putting more than some of them tutu. So at the end of it, they had to do
count again,
log in again, and it still came out the same thing. The woman went to her car, sat down, and was going through the thing they gave her, the receipt they gave her, to be sure that she's not being cheated. I smiled. I said, don't worry, the lady didn't cheat you. It's all in the system.
In the biting economy.
Have you felt that way before?
I have, severally. At times I go to the markets, and after buying things, I look at the quantity of what I have compared to what I used to have before. And I start thinking, did I misplace my money somewhere in the market? I start looking around, and if you are not careful, you become depressed almost immediately. Yes, you become depressed because you now look at, you take 20,000 naira to the market, and what you are getting is not, it can't fill up a bako bag. That 150 or 200 naira bako bag. And you keep wondering what is happening. It's just the way the economy is now.
Seriously.
That is just the truth. So it has happened to me several times.
It happens to everybody.
It's a common thing. It's a common thing. If you just go to market with 100,000, assuming you bought a bag of rice, around almost 30,000.
30,000.
Yes. Then you buy maybe half basket of tomatoes, around 10,000 or so. Then you buy onions. Before you know, you have spent almost 60,000. Now you have to buy meat, buy oil, buy other things. Before you know, you just see the things like this. They are very something that is just small. You start
half
counting.
of your boots.
Yes, you just start counting. Okay, how much did I buy this? Is it actual? You sit down and calculate and recalculate, because you will just be 100,000, and then Oga at home will be saying, Oga, there is no Maggi, I couldn't buy. How much did I give you? I gave you 100,000.
I love that part of Oga that you brought into it. I think it's something our men just need to realize, that the economy is no longer friendly. And either we like it or not, they need to join hands together with the women to make sure that our kitchen
is
becomes
the best.
Yes,
suitable for us.
Honestly, what I was actually going to suggest at the end of the day is let's swap role. Let women take responsibility for house rent, electricity bill, school fees.
Yeah.
Let the men take care of the everyday running of the house full time.
Really?
Everyday running. You buy beverage, you buy toiletries, you buy gas for your car,
Yes.
you buy everything.
Then you supervise the house.
And then if you have
activities.
a lot of women, girls, children, girls. I didn't say boys. Boys buy one pako jeans and t-shirt. It's good to go. Then when it's a girl, even when they are like this,
It's true.
those small hairpin, they cost money.
Yes.
And small girl like this knows that this dress does not match that black shoe.
It's true.
It's telling you that this dress is red.
Like my
Why
daughter.
is my shoe not? Your daughter does it.
Yesterday, we dressed up for Eid. So, normally it's preferable this Eid Kabir to use white clothes to commemorate with the Hajj and everything. So we use white clothes, me and her elder sister. So she used one black veil. She now said, Mommy, I would have used white. I said, I carry white. She used the veil, and she was not comfortable. She was just, when we were praying, I just laughed. I said, okay, when we finish, I said, you did not even concentrate. You are busy. She wanted
Rolling
to go
up
with
and
the,
down.
yes, she wanted to belong. Since we are doing the same, she must do it. And at the end of the day, she was not comfortable because when she was praying, she was just trying to, roll over the veil. Carry it from the side to the other side. I was like, this one, your prayer, you did not concentrate on. Say, no, I've been praying. I said, okay. Because as little as she is, she knows that, okay, this is what she wants. And she wants to follow the cue.
But that's where the girl child comes in. I think the needs for the girl child when it comes to provision at home is much more than the boy child.
Sorry, let me quickly chip in something. My own experience. Like last week, I have 3 daughters.
Mashallah.
They are on holiday now, so they wanted to make their hair using attachments. Sincerely, we spent above 10,000 naira.
Really?
Yes.
And
just
it will not
to
last
make
up
hair.
to a month?
No, just to make hair. No, but I warned them. I said, this hair must stay up to 4 weeks, which is a month. Because there's no how you will make me spend another money. And after 2 weeks, you tell me you want to remove it.
Yes,
I say, so
because you have to
just
calculate.
know how you will manage it.
Yes.
So that is just it. And normally, maybe 2-3 years back, with just 4,500 naira, we can do that.
You see?
Speaking of this, I think all of us have the same experience. In a little while, the feedback number will be there. So fellow housewives who are watching us can also share their own experiences. And as you share it, I also want solution, because the whole idea is to ensure that we all find ways of mitigating or managing or ensuring that we have free flow of things we need in our home. When you talked about hair, I remember growing up, and my mom had like 5 girls there, and it was compulsory that everybody learns to do hair.
Yes.
So that way we save costs.
Exactly.
So what do you use for your own solution in certain things?
Actually, I have to. Me too, I have to learn how to make hair. Because sometimes they give them hairstyle in school. So if you are late,
prescribes the
hairstyle to 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if you don't know how to make hair, by the time they come back from school and maybe during weekend you are busy, you couldn't make the hair, then you couldn't take them to salon to make their hair. You have to, because if they go to school without hairstyle, they will punish them, or they would. It's like you are not that serious. The parents did not take care of the children, and the hair is looking old and all those stuff. And the children will not even allow you. So there was, I think, 2-3 weeks back, I have to sit. I traveled, I came back late. I have to sit, and I came back around 8 because I traveled to Jos. So I have to sit, make the hair. I started making the hair around 9. So I have to sleep around 11.
Wow.
Because they are going to school on Monday, and I cannot afford to do it in the morning, and they have lost their head already. So there is no way I will just leave them like that. So I have to, even if it is big, control that. And before you know, it was around 11.
Okay, how can we make our, expenditure even further less in the homes? Especially when it comes to feeding. I am not surprised that feeding takes a lot of money, because even with Maslow law, it's still the basic, the fundamental, the first need. So it consumes a lot of money.
Yes.
How do we begin to ensure that we waste money less, we save more, so that the family can still eat healthy?
Well, on my own part, I think bulk buying.
Bulk buying?
Yes, buying.
What about if you don't have bulk money?
At times, just like we have been saying, group of people come together, group of women come together, like in offices, civil servants. You come together, you buy a bag of rice, 2 bags of rice, and you share.
Okay, that's nice.
You buy goat, fish, chicken, and share as well. You buy milk, bag, and share. Sugar, flour.
Yeah.
We do that in my office. Yes.
Stockfish, dry fish.
Yes. So that has helped a lot in a way. Then another way to eat is that seasonal. When those food stuff are in season, you try and buy as much as you can. For instance, when like 4 or 5 months ago, when tomato was just 3,500 naira per basket. Unlike now that is 35,000. Wow. Yes. So many people bought, and there are so many ways of preserving them.
What are the ways?
Like you buy, you boil, and put it into this mayonnaise bottle. And reboil again with the bottle, and it seals it up. Though it's a long process that I might not be able to explain here, but as many housewives that are watching, I know so many of us know about that. Or you can Google and check it. Yes, you will see it. Another, that is one way.
If I boil it in that bottle, do I need to put it in the fridge?
No need. You just spread it around your kitchen cabinet, anywhere you have, and it's well preserved. Yes, I've done it for like 6 years, I've been doing it. But, and it can last up to 6 months, when you do that. But fortunately and unfortunately for me this year, I didn't do that, maybe because of laziness. In fact, I don't really know what happened. And having to make stew in my house now is biting me very, very hard. When I say very, very hard, sincerely. So those are ways, we could.
I just learned.
No, people have been doing it, and it's very good. The only thing is that if you maybe seal it, if you open it, you have to use it all.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. If you seal it, maybe
it's like tin tomatoes.
Yeah, exactly. If you open a bottle, you make sure
you have to use it all.
Okay.
And then if you have freezer and you have
what
light
if I
in your
boil
area,
in bulk and then store it in the fridge?
That one, if you have
it works
light,
it works. If you have regular power supply in your area, that will be fine.
Do that. Then another way is to dry it.
Okay.
To preserve.
If you dry it, will the taste and color still be the same?
It will not be the same, but it's another way of preservation.
That's always the problem. It won't be the same.
It won't be the same. Most of the times you see the stew, it will be black.
Yeah.
But if you will do it yourself and take care of the hygiene, I don't usually encourage people to buy dry tomatoes because of the hygiene. Because if you move around, you see where they dry the tomatoes, it's not safe, as in by the roadside like this.
You talked about beans and bottling the beans.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yes, if you buy beans now, you remove the dirt, the stones and everything, take care of it. Then you get a jerry can.
Yes.
And you put it inside, you close it tight. And it will last over I used to do that for a year.
Okay.
I learned some people sprinkle pepper into it.
Yes, but if it's actually tight,
weevils.
if it is actually tight, the jerry can is tight, you open it, fetch and close it tight.
So how do I take care of rice too? Because of weevil. I do the same too?
Rice, I've never tried that of rice, but
Rice can stay up to 6 months without anything, as long as it's in a neat environment
and dry,
it's dry environment. And anytime you take from it, you tie back the sack. Yes, neatly.
Usually I fetch from the bag. I'll just fetch small quantity in a container. Then I'll tie the bag, keep it aside. Then we'll be using that small one. If that one is finished now, I'll add another. Yes.
What I think again, maybe for families, I know there are some people at the end of maybe weekend or something, they make pots of soup, pots of stew, maybe like 4 different soups, 2 different stew, and put it there. So the children come in and eat whenever they want to. I'm thinking that probably we'll save more money if we cook less, and then learn to also eat at home. There are people who are constantly buying from food vendors outside. Constantly. In workplaces, as they're entering their office, they're ordering. In fact, some of the food vendors already know by 10 o'clock you're supposed to go and give these people food. And I'm wondering, why do I need to do all that? The money you spend, you may probably think it's just 500 naira or 1,000 naira. If you're buying 500 naira worth of food outside your home, I can assure you you're eating bad oil. And anybody who is old enough to work should be old enough to watch his or her own cholesterol. So they can't definitely go to use olive oil for you. That's
not at all.
So you take whatever oil that is available, maybe over recycled oil as well. Now, apart from the fact that you're putting a stress on your health, you're also wasting money. If I have to eat food 1,000 naira for lunch outside my home, my husband eats 1,000 naira outside his home. Probably a child eats 500, 1,000 naira. That's 3,000, right?
Yes.
With that 3,000 naira, no matter how difficult things are, I can make good pot of jollof rice that we can eat 2 times.
2 times a day.
Exactly.
And you add fish and meat.
No, I'm taking a big man jollof rice. That's what I'm not talking about our level. If I'm going to cook our level, 1,000 naira will do it.
See?
And everybody will eat clean and healthy food.
Most of the times, we ladies have challenges in this area. Or how will I put it, as in the women of these days are not the same with our mothers. Our mothers manage the home very well. And we can attest to that. They raised us well, as in they train us well. You see, even if it is Maggi, they will open the sachet and you see them as in shaking it so that not too
no waste.
Yes, no waste. But these days, you cook anyhow, and at the end of the day, the food might not even be as tasty as it's supposed to be because you are exhausted. You are carrying 3 or 4 workloads. You are a mother, you are a wife, you are a working class lady, and things like that. And before you know, if you come home, you'll be exhausted. And you don't hear what is happening. As far as the food is there, let it be. Whatever is going to, as in how to manage it and other things, you don't even care who cooked the food, what happened to the food. Is it the person is as in taking care of the size of the food? You're supposed to cook like 3 cups and the person is cooking 4 cups. And the children of these days, you can't cook food and warm it and rewarm it. They will not eat it.
Those things come along. Like you said, you're coming from work, you're exhausted.
Yes.
I think if we begin to train our children to work with us in the kitchen, for 2 things. Somebody is asking a question here that I want to link to what I was saying. It says, concerning the feeding aspect of children, children do not care if parents have money or not. All they want is the food, and it must be provided. You didn't write your name here, but you're actually right in this aspect. Every child is expected to, in fact, I always tell them they were in heaven minding their business.
Yes.
You now ask them to come, so why won't you give them food?
In fact, it's their fundamental human rights.
It's their fundamental rights.
That you provide all they need for them. And just like you have said earlier, the basic necessity is food, feeding, clothing, and shelter,
You must give it
which
to them.
you have to provide, either you like it or not. And just like we are saying, this also brings us to the family size as well. It's so unfortunate that you see even educated women these days, you hear them saying, children are gifts from the Lord. Let's just have them, and God will take care of them. I don't think it happens like that, the way Nigeria is now. You have to use your sense. Let me use that word, sense.
Honestly.
And know what you are doing.
Plan it very well.
Yes, so that you'll be able to provide well for your family.
You know, speaking about that, this I was trying to actually make a point from what she said. A lot of parents, you know, give their children different meals. Like maybe this person will say, I don't like ogu soup.
Yeah.
You go for banga. This person says, I don't like banga. You go for this. It's actually, unless somebody has serious allergy, I think everybody should eat the same thing to save money. That's how we all grew up.
I'm in support of
And
that.
a lot of times, this thing starts from early in life.
Yes,
If you make children be part of a cooking, they're excited to eat it.
exactly.
If you're cooking, you're minding, the children are playing with their computer. First of all, you will get exhausted. If I'm cooking, that 2-year-old person, like you mentioned, the spices that come wrapped up, that child will battle to open it for me.
Yes.
I will achieve 2 things. The person will do what is called DIY, do it yourself. By the time she succeeds in opening one, she's excited.
Exactly.
And then she wants to, and I say, see what you did. Ah, Mama, you did this. And the food is not tasting extra because of your contribution.
Yes, you're encouraging
She now wants to eat that food, you know, and she wants to participate even further.
Yes.
And then for me, that's a little job taken off me. But if you sit down and say, they are kids, they can't do it. Your child is 6 years old, she should not enter kitchen. Your child is 10 years old. Is it when she's 18? When is she going to learn to cook?
There's no time.
So at that time, she's used to taking it from mom and eating it. When mom is not there, she will start ordering food.
Exactly.
They go to university, their gas or whatever they're using to cook doesn't get lit at any point in time because they are buying food. And they are buying because there's no money to cook it.
There's no money.
You know, so if
And
they
they will
start
go
early,
extra ways to get money to buy that food.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So I think it's best if we, you know, work with our children from tender age. Let everybody be there. And for the husbands, don't think kitchen is for the women. It's exciting when I see my husband enter kitchen.
It really,
You know,
something
even though I
that-
know he's going to burn my pot, it doesn't matter. I'll just sit behind and
And
be sure
burn
that
half of the food.
and if you're cooking with fish, you eat half of the fish. All right, let's take a break now at Preferring Solutions. When we take this break, we'll look at what the solution offers. And after that, we'll be reading most of the messages. I see them coming. We're reading them. Let's take this for now.
You tried looking for a job recently. Do you keep getting rejected? Almost all the graduates I know have experienced this very thing. But don't worry, I just recently discovered something and I'm going to share it with you all. You can actually earn a little bit of money by doing a couple of things here and there. Driving a taxi or becoming someone's driver is a quick way to make some money. If you own a vehicle, you can also drive for a ride-sharing business. Creating a small washing business is also lucrative today. Some people cannot find the time or are too exhausted from work to wash. Throwing, ironing, and dry cleaning, and you have got yourself a business. Obviously, you do not need training to do this. Depending on the school year, becoming a lesson teacher is a good business venture. Primary and secondary school students need tutoring for examinations or just one-on-one lessons. You can also give lectures in areas you are knowledgeable in. Young people tend to be on their phones a lot. In fact, data is their lifeline. But they can also use that knowledge to teach people computer literacy, manage social media for companies, or start website design. Working in the beauty industry is bankable now. From creating your own skincare line, becoming a makeup artist, or even just vlogging yourself using your own beauty supplies is a surefire way to make money now. Becoming a barber has always been a practical way to make money. You can go around your neighborhood offering to cut people's hair and cultivate a business relationship based on that. In today's world, people live a fast-paced life and do not often find the time to eat a home-cooked meal. So if you like playing in the kitchen, this is the time to make money out of it. You can cook and sell. A pot of soup can go for between 6,000 to 8,000 naira. Satisfy people's cravings and fill up your pocket at the same time. Tailoring is a lucrative skill to have. People always need custom-fitted clothes, and depending on how you want to go about it, you can work from home, set up a shop somewhere, or make home visits. Construction is always going on somewhere, so while waiting for a job, you can become a day pay laborer. You can make up to 1,500 naira to 2,000 naira a day and be physically fit at the same time. A lot of people are too busy to clean their homes or do not clean them well. You can get paid by the hour to clean someone's home, and you might just get tips and gratuities as well. So as you can see, you can easily turn a hobby or a skill into a money-making venture. Don't say that there's no work anywhere when you can easily look for work offline, online, through word of mouth, and so on. Don't resort to crime and do not become a beggar. If you can't find work, create it for yourself.
All right. In the words of Ada Onobu, if you can't find work, create it for yourself. There's no excuse to being lazy, especially the housewife. If you can't create that money minting job, you can create something. She was just telling us about her backyard, what she does in the backyard. Maybe everybody will listen to you.
In order to support the family, we have some small plants, as in spices. We have spices, we have curry, we have scent leaf, we have ogu leaves, we have moringa, banana, oranges, and we're happy. Anytime I have to make soup, I'll just go to my backyard and get small things like this. Yes, I just need to get tomatoes and pepper, onion in the market, and my soup is done. Even if I'm late, I should be able to make something fast.
Yes, and it's not just fast, it's also healthy, because you're sure what you're eating is organic.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's not something that was done with pests. And I was talking with a lady recently, actually was on the woman yesterday, who showed me how to do my indoor gardening. So there's no excuse. I can actually use cement bag and put stand. That way it doesn't get to dirty the floor. Exactly. And I'll still grow whatever I want. She actually grew things like potato, onion, right at the balcony.
Really?
So that means it's doable.
Yes. And this is a good idea. People especially people living in Abuja and places that you hardly see space to do that, you can still do it.
Exactly.
Even ogu, you can plant ogu in a cement bank, or maybe this flower pot.
Everything.
You should be able to do that. All these spices. Instead of you to be buying from the market, you can't buy scent leaf and keep it for 2-3 days. It will just change.
Dry up,
But you can plant it inside the flower pot, and you'll be cutting fresh every day.
I think anyhow you do it is a win-win situation for the woman, because number one, when you bend down to weed it, it's a form of exercise. Then when you harvest, it's your food is enriched. Yes. And healthy so too. Then
you are reducing your costs.
Yes, you're also reducing costs. Then the carbon monoxide you bring out as you breathe, those plants you use it to grow.
So many advantages.
Yes, too many. That's why I say it's a win-win situation. But beyond farming or gardening this time around, what can we do to really boost our economy and help our family pockets?
Yes, like what works for me, I don't do gardening, sincerely. What I have learnt now, I'll try that. I am a civil servant, but I also have a side hustle that I do.
Hustle is good.
Yes, I have a side hustle. In fact,
I know you're acting.
Yes, I act. Aside that, I am into perfumes You know, I sell perfumes. Yes, oil perfume, the alcohol type and everything. I do that also. I also sell clothing materials.
Can you imagine?
Yes, there's hardly anything I don't do, any legit business that will bring
I was going
money.
to ask you that.
Yes, legitimate business, you know, that will put money into my pockets. Because
it's important.
with the economy now, the truth just remains that your salary cannot sustain you. It doesn't take you anywhere. So you just have to think outside the box. So what can I do? You know, and the truth remains that we have to help the men. The way the economy is now.
Otherwise,
as a woman, you can't just sit down and say, let me allow everything for my husband. It doesn't work that way. So you have to put in, you know, whatever it takes for you to do to also help. And in that way, you are helping your children as well too. You are helping people around you. You understand? I do wholesale in my perfume business. I have people that buy from me and sell, you know, to resell as well. So that way too, I'm able to build up some people. There are a lot of people that have come to me, you know, to ask for ideas and everything. One thing again I want to advise is that, you know, women, we like competition. We like oppressing. No, I don't do that. I try to empower as many women that comes my way. You know, I try to do this, do that to help yourself. Teach them how to fish. Don't always give them the fish.
No, that's not
and
good
that's
enough.
good. Like from my side, we usually run an NGO. And then we usually teach women, because we focus more on women. It's Ideal Muslim Care Foundation. We focus more on women and children, because the women are the pillar of the house. If the woman is strong, then the house will stand.
Stays strong. They are the homemakers, the home builders.
You know,
and I told you again, domestic engineers, don't forget. They are the ones that build the spiritual architecture.
We find, especially the widows and the needy, we train them. We give them as in a kind of support.
Skills acquisition.
Yes, so that they can stand on their own and they should be able to raise their children. And by doing that, at least you are supporting the society. And like there are some villages around Abuja, here within Abuja, around that Durumi axis. We find out that there are some villages there. They don't even read. And when I asked one of them, she said they have been staying in Abuja for over 50 years. And they don't have any graduate of primary school. Yes. Here in Abuja, yes, around Durumi. Graduate of primary school, they don't have the highest.
What's the name of this village again?
This Durumi. Is around Durumi.
But is it not the IDP camp?
It's not IDP.
Okay.
It's like a little settlement like this. It's most of them are Fulani people. So with the current situation in the country, I now...
It's like after area 1, you go inside a little bit. Okay.
I asked, okay, what are you people benefiting from staying in the city? But nothing, they are just living and it's peaceful, everything. I said, no, it's not normal. It's not everything that is good. You people need to like go to school, learn your religion, learn the Western education. That's how you belong to the society. Now you are isolated, and all these crimes that are coming up, you know, is because of lack of
ignorance.
They are illiterate. You kill and you don't feel anything.
All right, so without meaning to cut you short, but I noticed 2 of you mentioned something, you know, at the same time while we talk, women and children, and you say you teach children and all that. So it brings me to think that I think that children in our homes should be made to do jobs.
Yes.
You know, not to earn money, but to learn it. What I always say, you know, voluntary jobs. Even if he's a child who is in, like the feature Ada Onobu gave us, said if you're waiting for JAMB, you can actually go in to teach kindergarten people. You know, you can actually go in to teach primary school people. And remember, the more you teach, the more you learn. Your brain opens even more. Let's quickly communicate with our audience before they begin to get really angry. I am Precious Abam, texting from Enugu. With the present economic time, housewives should buy in bulk. Besides, cook less, cut down on the West program. They are feeding before they become poor. Okay, thank you very much. Just echoing what you said. Thank you, Precious. This one says, I got married. Good morning, Maz. Please, I got married. I would like Madam Titilayo to explain better on the tomato preservation. I'm really learning from you people. God bless you. I told you me I didn't even know it. So you have to explain it now. Okay. Somebody's asking for it. Okay, go ahead before I take the next one.
Yes, the tomato preservation. Once you buy the tomato, you wash. After washing, you put in your pepper, your onions, your bell pepper. Is that what they call it? Tatashi.
Okay, tatashi.
Yes.
Okay.
You wash and go grinding. After grinding, you come back home. Some put it in the sack to drain the water off, you know. After the water goes off,
if I don't put in a sack, what's my next alternative? I can
boil it, but it takes more time.
And waste
waste your gas. Yes, or whatever means you are using, it consumes gas and time. You know, so after draining the water, and you now have your thick paste, the next thing you do is to put it into that mayonnaise bottles.
If I don't have mayonnaise bottle, I can use any other bottle, but clean.
Clean,
right?
yes. The mayonnaise bottle is the most popular one, you know, but it shouldn't be a plastic. It has to be a bottle, yes. So you put it in the bottle and put it back into, you put it into the bottle, close it, and put it in a pot again and boil it. So it's the steam that seals up all the edges of the bottle.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it won't allow fungi or whatever to get into it now.
So, okay, now how many minutes do I need to now steam this second steam?
When it's in the bottle?
Yes.
Just like 30 minutes, 1 hour is okay. And once that is done, you just remove them and put them in your cabinet, kitchen cabinet, like we said. Spread it around your kitchen, anyhow. But Ajia said something that time. Once you open a bottle, is either you refrigerate the remaining or you use everything, because once you keep it, it will get spoiled. Yes, but as long as you are keeping it, you know, you can use it for 6 months. And like I said, it's all over the internet.
I'm going to try
she
it
can
out.
just Google, yes.
And this one will be very good for people that are in the rural area.
Exactly.
Because they don't have like,
you don't need to put it in the fridge.
Yes.
You don't need
like
to
when
put
you're
it in
traveling, this Christmas time, people go to the hinterland.
You can't
you
do
can
that
actually
in
do
bulk.
these things. And
You see, I had one experience with this when I was in Kaduna. There was crisis then, and it was this tomato that I had that helped me and helped my neighbors, because we had, you know, 24, that was 2012. We had 24 hours curfew, you know, all day like that. You can't go out, you can't do anything. So that was what actually helped me. And since then, I've been an advocate, you know, telling people that it works.
Let's take more messages. This person says, cooking different types of soup and putting them into the freezer is not ideal. I support you 20% because me, once it's 2 days after, I won't eat it too. So it's better you make your soup stock and put them. So you take it out and put vegetable when you're eating it. That way it stays healthy. Good morning, Maz. I was just lost in personal thoughts about handling my home finances. I think women need more than one source of income in order to be balanced, as most men cannot meet up in taking care of the required roles. Lola from Lagos. Okay, Lola, you just echoed what we said earlier. We need to get practical. We need to do more. We shouldn't let our husbands carry it all before we become widows at the age of 30 or 40. Juliana Okpala from Soleja. I want to know if there is no way government can come into this high price of thing in the market to reduce it. My brother, the way you want to know it, okay, Juliana is my sister. The way you want to know it is me, I want to know it too. But while waiting for that to happen, let us do our own, because we don't want to die now. Okay. Good morning. Please, we have a lot to face. We have to face the facts and say the truth in this matter. The economy is killing many Nigerian women. Some of us can still afford to buy things in bulk from the market, which is still better. There are people that cannot afford this. So please let us talk to the president to do something fast before Nigerians go to beg in the street. That's Pastor
They are already
Mrs.
begging.
Andy
It is.
Abulu Ijoko, Ogun State. I don't know. If Ogun State people are not begging, then they are living in a different world. Because in Abuja here, they are still begging.
Begging. No, she said so that Nigerians won't go into begging. But the truth is that people are already begging.
Yeah.
You are in the market or you are on your streets walking and you see a well-dressed man or
Are you
woman
telling me?
just walk up to you and the next thing is, I am hungry. Sincerely. And like I told myself some time ago, I think like 2-3 months, I said there's no any call that I receive on I am hungry, my family has not eaten, that I will not act on. And I want to appreciate God that God has helped me. Even if it's 2,000 naira, 3,000, I'll make sure I do something.
Please, you give me your phone number.
I would like to have her phone number
Yes,
too.
nobody ever comes to you, and say he or she is hungry and you don't take action.
You know, food.
If you don't have cash, you can go into your house, bring
food.
out food stuff.
Food
You are
is-
just, you don't know, you are just saving a life.
Exactly.
But
Sincerely
you know
speaking.
where I differ a little bit on that?
Yeah.
I think everybody can work. I don't encourage lazy people. I appreciate the fact that you give. But somebody was asking me for an assistant over the weekend. And he's a young man, He's a young man, very able-bodied, in his probably late 20s or early 30s. And here I was rushing home to go and do my laundry. And I couldn't exactly do that laundry. Ended up in a dry cleaner's place. And I know how much I paid.
Yeah.
Now, if that young man had done that thing for me, and I give him that money, he would have felt more honorable. So why can't we say, okay, I know how to do hair. Can I come and do your child's hair? Instead of begging me for money, then I'll take the money and give to you. I'll still raise another money to do my child's hair.
Exactly.
You
and
know,
then
and do it as if people collect 10,000 naira to do nails in the market
Yeah,
or
as
in
much as
the
that.
salon. You can come into the office. Your own side hustle will be to do nails. Auntie or my friend, let me do your nails. You spend 5,000 naira. I'll collect 2,000 or I'll collect 3,000.
even less than that.
You know,
because the
you're
person is not
collecting
paying
half.
for shop or anything.
That's another
so
way.
So you collect.
actually.
There are people who can give you service. Somebody will see you drive your car, it's dirty. You've driven a bad road.
Yes.
You park it. The person will not say, let me use water and wipe this car for you. You're coming down. That person is asking you for money to go and eat. And you're looking at him, he's hella hearty. I will not give you my money.
No, you see, like I said, there are 2 ways to that. Sincerely, by the grace of God, I'm a spiritual person. I search, if my spirit is not saying give, I won't give.
Me
It's
and
not
my
just like
spirit, I'm
just like
I'm a
I
worldly
give.
person.
I give. It's not just like I give like that.
That's just
You
the-
understand?
me too, I don't
yes,
encourage
they are,
that
they are
giving.
exactly.
I don't
I
encourage the idea
am
of giving.
100% in support of what you said. You understand? And that was why when I was talking initially, I said, don't always give them the fish. Teach them how to fish. You understand?
All right,
Yes.
there's so many messages here. Choma from Kano says, economy is bad this year, but all the same, happy Salah. Choma, thank you, Jerry. happy Salah.
Choma.
Let's take as well. Good morning, Maz. We are enjoying your people here. The rate at which there is increase in everything is ignominious. It is God's help that will help us. From David. David says he's writing it from Oshogbo. Director, please, can you give me time a little bit? Let me take some more. Good morning. I like your program. Donna from Makudi. Thank you very much. And Andon, I hope I got that name right. Good morning, ma'am. I'm very impressed with the program. God bless you all. Please, ma'am. My husband died 10 months ago, and my salary is not enough for me and the children. I have a business plan in mind, but no capital to start. What can I do? Victoria. Okay, so Victoria, will get back to you behind the camera. Let's take more. Good day. Please, I want to know the vegetable oil that is cholesterol free to use for cooking. Of course, there are so many of them. One that is very paramount is the olive oil. And if you look at the vegetable oil that you can use, truth is, if you keep it in a cold place, it does not congeal. That means it does not have high cholesterol, so you can actually use it. But the ones that are bad, if you put it even within your kitchen, it's not cold though. You see it, you know, block up. That is actually how it blocks your heart and, you know, gives you that stroke or whatever it is, cardiac arrest and all that. So it's best. And then all of the oil, is best not to use them more than once. And okay, one more message. She says, I think we should encourage eating natural food. Titi Lokbe, okay, Titi Lokbe, thank you very much. Natural food it is. And that's it for now. And we say thank you for coming. It is Salah. And in our tradition, we'll give you a little gift. Mind you, this is a flower vase, homemade.
This is lovely. Thank you so much.
On behalf of Conversation and NTA. We didn't buy it. We made it.
Wow.
So, and we give this to
Sister
Lola.
Yes,
that's your own. You put your flowers, or you put your, you know, makeup pencils and all that
this is
inside
lovely.
And
really
enjoy. For those who are at home,
This is
I have
beautiful.
one left, so
Thank you.
this is for you. If you can get here on time, you get it. All right, so we say bye-bye. Please, whatever it is, don't waste food. For every food you waste, my mom used to say, it's a punishment unto the poor. Cook the much you can eat and eat healthy. We'll see you again next week. Bye.